Algorand value equivalent to 3,252 rands a coin. The present cost range 35 360 370 562. The earlier day close 360 349. The change was 0.97, 27%. Reverse rate ZAR to Algo. Algorand cost expectation for September 2024. Before all else cost at 440 rands. Excessive cost 546, while low cost 440. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 484. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 510. Change for September 15.9%. Algorand conjecture for October 2024. At the outset cost at 510 rands. Excessive cost 554, while low cost 482. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 516. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 518. Change for October 16%. Algorand cost expectation for November 2024. At the outset cost at 518 rands. Excessive cost 643, while low cost 518. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 570. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 601. Change for November 16%. Algorand figure for December 2024. Initially cost at 601 rands. Excessive cost 746, while low cost 601. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 661. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 697. Change for December 16%. Algorand cost expectation for January 2025. Initially cost at 697 rands. Excessive cost 778, while low cost 676. The found the middle value of cost 720. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's end 727. Change for January 43%. Algorand estimate for February 2025. First and foremost cost at 727 rands. Exorbitant cost 862, while low cost 727. The found the middle value of cost 781. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's end 806. Change for February 10.9%. Algorand cost expectation for Walk 2025. First and foremost cost at 806 rands. Exorbitant cost 806, while low cost 675. The found the middle value of cost 753. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's end 726. Change for spring 9.9%. Algorand gauge for April 2025. To start with cost at 726 rands. Exorbitant cost 726, while low cost 578. The found the middle value of cost 663. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's end 621. Change for April 14.5%. Algorand cost expectation for May 2025. Initially cost at 621 rands. Excessive cost 675, while low cost 587. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 629. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 631. Change for May 16%. Algorand gauge for June 2025. To start with cost at 631 rands. Exorbitant cost 631, while low cost 519. The found the middle value of cost 585. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 558. Change for June 11.6%. Algorand cost expectation for July 2025. At the outset cost at 558 rands. Excessive cost 607, while low cost 517. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 565. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 567. Change for July 16%. Algorand gauge for August 2025. To start with cost at 567 rands. Excessive cost 567, while low cost 474. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 530. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 510. Change for August 10.1%. Algorand cost expectation for September 2025. At the outset cost at 510 rands. Excessive cost 581, while low cost 505. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 535. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 543. Change for September 6.5%. Algorand conjecture for October 2025. Initially cost at 543 rands. Excessive cost 674, while low cost 543. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 598. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 630. Change for October 16%. Algorand cost expectation for November 2025. Initially cost at 630 rands. Excessive cost 685, while low cost $5.95. The arrived at the midpoint of cost $6.38. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end $6.40. Change for November 16%. Algorand conjecture for December 2025. Before all else cost at 640 rands. Excessive cost 696, while low cost 605. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 648. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 650. Change for December 16%. Algorand cost expectation for January 2026. Before all else cost at 650 rands. Excessive cost 714, while low cost 620. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 663. Algorand cost gauge toward the month's end 667. Change for January 26%. Algorand conjecture for February 2026. First and foremost cost at 667 rands. Exorbitant cost 828, while low cost 667. The found the middle value of cost 734. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's end 774. Change for February 16%. Algorand cost expectation for Walk 2026. First and foremost cost at 774 rands. Exorbitant cost 774, while low cost 636. The found the middle value of cost 717. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's end 684. Change for spring 6%. Algorand estimate for April 2026. First and foremost cost at 684 rands. Excessive cost 797, while low cost 684. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 728. Algorand cost figured toward the month's end 745. Change for April 89%. Algorand cost expectation for May 2026. Initially cost at 745 rands. Exorbitant cost 810, while low cost 704. The found the middle value of cost 754. Algorand cost estimate toward the month's end 757. Change for May 16%. Algorand conjecture for June 2026. At the outset cost at 757 rands. Excessive cost 823, while low cost 715. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 766. Algorand cost conjecture toward the month's end 769. Change for June 16%. Algorand cost expectation for July 2026. Initially cost at 769 rands. Excessive cost 836, while low cost 726. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 778. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 781. Change for July 16%. Algorand figure for August 2026. Initially cost at 781 rands. Excessive cost 840, while low cost 730. The arrived at the midpoint of cost 784. Algorand cost figure toward the month's end 785. Change for August 0.5%. Algorand cost expectation for September 2026. At the outset cost at 785